Welcome. Today we are installing Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7.5 on a VMware Workstation environment. So as you can see, I have Workstation 15 Pro installed on my laptop already. So now I will go to File, New Virtual Machine, mm, Custom. Uh, I don't need much backward compatibility, so I will install it in the current version. Now, next thing is to select the right ISO file. So I'll go to software. Okay, I have this Red Hat Enterprise Linux ISO DVD already downloaded for me, and as you can see, system has detected it as Red Hat Enterprise Linux 77 64-bit. Generally, your VMware Workstation environment should detect the operating system. Uh, okay, this is about the most common operating systems. If it is an uncommon operating system, it will not detect it. So you can go for another, some other options. But if it is a well-known operating system like Windows, right, like Red Hat, CentOS, anything that is of common use, it should detect it automatically. Otherwise, there might be some problem with your ISO. Full name, in the full name, I will provide my own name. For username, I will choose a short form. I have a password that complies some complexity. I'll make a new folder for this machine. Click next. Number of processors depending upon how many processors are available on your machine. 2 GB is enough. You can set it to 4 GB. Okay, at this point I'm not going to add any network connection because in the next video I will show you how to detect and configure a network card on the machine. So for the time being, we will have a Linux installation without any network connection. Click next. Recommended is good. Okay, creating a new virtual disk, and then we will allocate 50 gigabytes of space. I will not click allocate disk space now because if I do it, it will go and start allocating the whole 50 gigabytes of space on my computer disk, and it's going to take some time. But one thing I could do is I will store virtual disk as a single file. So if I have to move it somewhere else, it will not create so much trouble for me. Okay, this is the disk file. You can rename it. I will rename it to RHEL 75. That is basically the machine name for us. And then I will add disk 0. And click next. From here, I can review all the hardware settings, and if I need to make any changes, I'll just click on customize hardware and make my changes, and then it will take me back to the same page again. I need to power on this virtual machine after creation, so I will click finish. Okay, there is a small catch here. Right after this machine is trying to power on, I will turn it off. And I will tell you why I'm doing this. Because now when I look at the hardware configuration, I can see an other CD drive that is automatically added to it, that is called auto-inst.iso. This is a kind of response file that automatically installs everything on the Linux, but I need to have some customization. So I will go to hardware settings and I will remove this. Remove, click OK. Now I will power on this machine again. Alright, install Red Hat Enterprise Linux. I clicked enter to begin installation. Uh, right now it is checking the installation media, but since I'm sure about the installation media, I will skip this option by pressing escape button. And now the regular installation will start. Okay, from here I will select language. uh, Installation sources. Okay, I don't need to select any specific software for this installation. You can adjust the time zone based on your requirement and the keyboard if it is absolutely needed. But one thing I will do is, I will not go with the automatic partition selection. Instead, I would like to edit it for my requirements. So first I click this I will configure partitioning radio button and then click done. It will take to another page. It has LVM logical volumes. Click on plus button. First I will go to boot. I need a partition with 500 MBs, so I will type 500 MIB. Add mount point. I need to add another mount point. I need a home. Sorry, I don't need a home. I need a swap. Okay, it is recommended to have swap double the amount of your memory. Right now, my memory is 2 GB, but I intend to make it 4 GB. So, uh, if I double 4 GB, it will be 8 GB of memory required for this machine. So I will write 8192, or I can write 8 gigs, 8 GIB. Add mount point. Rest of the space I will provide to root. Add mount point. Okay, so from here I can see I have boot 500 MB. I have root that is remaining 41.51 GB, and I have swap. Okay, so now we have 8 GB swap, 500 MB boot, and rest of the space is available for root. So I'm done with it. Accept changes. And okay, one more thing, network and hostname. There's no network, but I need to put a hostname on it. RHEL 7.5. Apply. Okay, so the hostname will be RHEL 7.5. Done. and I will begin the installation. Okay, now as you can see, this system is installing all the software, all the required packages on this virtual machine. So I have the time to decide and create a couple of users on it and provide the root password. So I will give it a root password that is comparatively weaker for the complexity criteria. So I will have to press twice because when I press done once, it says password you have provided is weak. It's too simplistic, and press done again to use anyways. So I want to use it anyways. Okay, now I can create another user. This is the same information, by the way, that was asked in VMware workstation settings, but I have to provide it again anyways. Okay, I don't want to make this user administrator at this point. We will assign administrator privileges to this user in a later video. So here I'm simply providing the password. Confirm password, done. I have to click 2 times, and now it is installing the kernel. I think we're almost done. It's 304 packages out of 344. When we are installing the minimal version without any GUI or any additional packages, it's a very small installation. It almost contains nothing, and rather post installation setup tasks time. But as a whole, it's not more than 10 to 15 minutes for installation on a laptop with 8 gigs of RAM. So very soon we are going to see a window where it will ask to reboot after OS installation completion. Alright, we are done with installation. Now I will go ahead and click on reboot button to restart the machine. As you can see, I have this option to boot Red Hat Enterprise Linux. All right, so finally I have a login prompt available for me. I will log in with root. All right, so I have successfully logged into a newly installed operating system. Now I will run a basic command df -h to see the disk condition. By the way, -8 switch provides all the information in gigabytes and megabytes wherever possible. So apparently I have not more than 30% disk space used up. All right, so now we have completed the installation of Red Hat Enterprise Linux on a VMware Workstation environment, and hope to do some other tasks on this installation in next videos. Bye for now.